Raph, welcome to Crawley. You are the new proud owner of the football club. How excited are you to embark on this new era?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited. On behalf of myself, my business partner Ryan Gilbert, and the board of directors, we're extremely excited for the journey that lays ahead. I've been a passionate football fan from a very, very young age and a businessman for the last 20 odd years. So I felt like now was the right time to take over this football club. I'm extremely competitive in nature, and I will fight for this club both on and off the pitch to hopefully build success on the pitch.
Yeah, and what does success look like for you? What are your sort of long-term plans and visions for the club, both on and off the pitch?
I think if you asked every EFL owner, they'd give you the same answer. Obviously, promotion, build up the infrastructure, and create sustainability. And yes, that is our plan, and it is a 3 to 5 year plan. But ultimately, I'm more interested in getting there and what the journey is to get there. And for me, that's building a winning mentality. That's creating unity within the club. I feel like under old ownership of this club, there was a divide between the owners, and actually in all clubs, you see that a lot. You see a big divide, the owners sort of are not present in the club. So for me, it's extremely important to build that unity throughout the club, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we know how important fans are to football clubs. What sort of role do you see the supporters playing during your time at the club?
Fans are everything. The fans are the heart of this club, and we're going to do everything we can to build the club around them. When you look on a game day, you'll see generations of fans from mothers, fathers, grandfathers, sons, daughters. And I think that we want to reward our loyal fans with success on the pitch. The fans are the past, present, and the future. And this club was here way before us, and it will be here way after us. So we will do our utmost to make our fans happy.
In terms of the football operation, what are your main priorities? Are you looking for instant success on the pitch? Or are you looking to do sort of improve the infrastructure, or is it a mixture of both?
We'll get to that question in a second. First and foremost, Tom Allman. He's been with the club for, I think, approaching 10 years now, and he has now been appointed CEO. So congratulations to Tom. I look forward to working with you. You've been incredible during this transition over the past 3 months of the KB Sports takeover. So I thank Tom for all his hard work, and I look forward to working with him in the future, hopefully for the next 5 to 10 years. And I would also like to thank all the backroom staff, namely Sam, yourself, Head of Media, Lewis, Head of Football Operations, Macy, Head of HR, Nathan, Head of Facilities, and Rona, Bar and Catering Manager, Katie, James and Reese. The transition's been a long one. It's been a 3-month journey, and I know you guys have worked extremely hard over the past 3 months to get this stadium ready for pre-season. And I've spoken to Tom numerous times, and I understand that you guys have been working till at least 2, 3, 4 in the morning on some nights. So on behalf of myself, the fans, the players, the football staff, a big thank you. And then in regards to football and football operations, obviously on-field success is a priority for us. And by that, I back our manager, Scott Lindsay, 100%. And with Tobias Phoenix as our sporting director, I'm very confident, and Ricky, of course, our head of performance, to keep our players healthy. I'm extremely confident that we should have a successful season.
Yeah, we know you played a huge part in Scott returning to the club. How much have you enjoyed supporting him this summer and working this closely with him?
Yeah, I think Scott was probably one of my and the board's easiest decisions. In business, a lot of the time, I make decisions based on my head, not my heart. And with Scott, it was actually both with my heart and my head. I respect Scott tremendously. I respect his work ethic. I love his style of play. And I think his dedication to his craft and his work ethic is second to none. Just to give you a funny story on that, when I was at the Crystal Palace game last week, 90th minute, whistle blows, game's over. 5 minutes later, I go down to see Scott, and he's already in the manager's room with the TV screen up, with the analysts there, with the clips on the board, and he's already analysing the game 5 minutes after the Crystal Palace game's over. So that shows you his work ethic, and I think that will feed through the entire squad. So yeah, honoured to work with him, and I believe that he's arguably one of the best managers in the league.
Yeah, sticking with analytics, we know data analytics played a big role in past ownership. How do you sort of see it under your leadership?
Data is extremely important, and as a League 2 football club, we're always looking for that edge. Unfortunately, data doesn't capture everything. And although we're going to invest heavily in data, and look for those gems in the lower leagues and in foreign leagues. I think when it comes to data, you have to, or when it comes to recruitment, sorry, you have to be an alchemist. So you have to add all the little ingredients in. So not only do you need good data on players, but you need the youngsters, you need experience, you need physicality, you need good characters, you need players that will connect with your manager and with your playing style. So I think it's not one or the other. I think, yes, data is important, but I think it's one part of a big puzzle. And hopefully if we join all those together, and I think Tobias has done, as a sporting director, an incredible job. This is obviously our first transfer window under new ownership. So I think he's done a fantastic job with recruitment, and looking forward to see what happens on Saturday.
Yeah, morale obviously plays a big part, and you obviously signed off on the pre-season trip to Spain. You went down there for a couple of days, you went out there and saw the lads. How was that trip, and sort of how beneficial do you think it would be for the whole group?
So yeah, the Spain trip was one of the first things that crossed my desk. I think it was in May. Tobias and Scott sat down and said they wanted to do a pre-season trip to Spain, and I don't think it's something we've done in the past or the past couple of years. I think clubs, owners underestimate the importance of chemistry and relationships between players. And when it came to the Spain trip, it was obviously a go-ahead from me because I understand the importance of that. So I managed to go down there for the last 2 days of training in Spain, and to see the guys have lunch together, have dinner together, but more importantly, to have them not with their families and their kids and distractions, and actually bond as a unit, as a team, is what I think will be one of the reasons that differentiates us between other clubs. Because yes, there's a lot of talented clubs out there. There's a lot of, in our league, it's a talented group. But I think if we can build that chemistry and we can have our players fight for each other, then we are one step closer to achieving success.
Yeah, moving off the pitch, what sort of owner do you intend to be, and how will your leadership team work alongside the existing staff, a lot of who you've already mentioned?
I'm a hands-on owner. I'm a hands-on leader. I like to lead by example. I think when it comes to running a professional football club, I think you have to leave your ego at the door. I think you have to use joint-up thinking and work as a unit. And when I say work as a unit, I mean everyone from the backroom staff to the football staff to the footballers to the cleaners to everyone should be treated the same, work as a unit. That's a priority for me, is that everyone's treated the same, and I will lead that by example.
Yeah, and what would your message be to the supporters of Crawley Town Football Club at the start of this new era?
Buckle up. It's going to be an interesting ride, but we're ready. We're excited. We're determined to achieve success with this club. The club's in good hands and cannot wait for our game on Saturday.
Well, Raf, welcome to Crawley. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.